Hi everyone, this is Marvel Watch, and my name is Kane. Episode 2 of Moon Knight revealed quite a bit about Marc and has him interact with his alter Stephen several times. I want to look at those scenes and what they possibly mean. The episode starts with Stephen, who has a nightmare about what happened the night before with the jackal. As he now remembers Marc, he tries to contact him through his bathroom mirror, unsuccessfully. Marc doesn't appear until later when Stephen finds his secret hideout, a storage room he'd found the key to. Here, Marc tries to placate Stephen and not tell him anything. But Stephen isn't having any of that. He also doesn't want to give up his body to Marc's control. I'm using the language the show is using, though that isn't really the terminology used by people who have Disassociative Identity Disorder. While we've watched, we mostly saw Stephen fronting. He seems to be the host, as he's got a job and is in control most of the time. However, he is confused and experiences amnesia when someone else, most likely Marc, is fronting. In the beginning, Stephen doesn't know he's an alter in a system, which is basically what the show refers to as the body. As Stephen doesn't give up control, Marc explains that he's the Egyptian moon god Khonshu's avatar, and that he needs to end his mission, and that Stephen is not supposed to interfere. Stephen isn't interested in not interfering, though. He just doesn't want to give up the body, which he claims is his. He doesn't want Marc doing whatever he is doing, because he'd be doing it in Stephen's body. That's an interesting dynamic right there. Stephen is very mild-mannered, probably a pacifist, a vegan. He has all kinds of problems with people getting hurt, and he abhors the fact that people could get hurt by his own body, even while he's not fronting. Marc, on the other hand, seems very used to violence. The storage room looks like a soldier's hideout. Everything is stored away, clothes hang in a closet, the cot is made. It's all very functional and squared away. And he talks down at Stephen, placates him, reassures him that he's protecting people, including Stephen. That doesn't get him anywhere, though. Stephen runs away, and the next time they see each other is in Stephen's flat. With Layla around, they can't really talk to each other, but still communicate. Stephen calls Marc a twit to Layla, but really addresses the man himself. Marc is less of one while Layla is around. He appeals to Stephen's better nature, as he tells him that Layla is in danger if she knows too much. Not that that stops Layla from discovering the scarab in Marc's bag, but it gives Stephen pause. He doesn't want to put anyone in danger, least of all Layla, with whom he seems to have a lot in common. The third time Stephen and Marc are co-conscious in this episode, talking to each other via reflections, is when they fight another jackal. This time Stephen has summoned his own suit to fight it, but he's inept at fighting. He lands a lucky punch, but Marc convinces him to let him front, because there are a lot of bystanders who could get hurt. Marc seems to have figured out how to appeal to Stephen, through the safety of others. After Marc killed the jackal, they face each other again, and Stephen asks how long Marc has been doing this, possibly meaning how long he's lived inside of Stephen, as that seems to be how Stephen understands the situation. Marc says it's been a long time, probably meaning that he's lived with DID for a long time as host. Stephen tries to take back the body, but Marc says that while there had been a war between them before, something changed, and that the one fronting has more power, is stronger. It sounds very much like they have been at war with each other, unbeknownst to Stephen. This is probably the result of an early trauma, but has changed through the more recent one of dying and being resurrected. The last time we see Stephen and Marc together, though it's not said that it's actually Marc fronting, it could be another alter, is in Egypt. We get a glimpse of Stephen in the mirror, holding a sheet around himself, while Marc sits on the floor naked, but for his underwear, holding a bottle, drinking. They don't talk. At this point they probably don't have anything to say to each other anymore, as their last conversation resulted in Marc kicking at Stephen's image in the mirror. The reason why it's unclear whether we are seeing Marc even while he gives Stephen the stink eye is the drinking. I don't know. I would think that while on a mission Marc wouldn't drink. He seems to be so disciplined, almost fastidious. But since we haven't spent a lot of time with Marc, it's actually unclear how he would react to certain situations. We also haven't met other alters and don't know how they would look and behave. This is what I got from the latest episode, Summon the Suit. I've written about the episode on my blog, Marvel Watch, and if you want to check that out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You're welcome to leave a comment in case you want to talk a little about Moon Knight, or have concerns as to how I talk about DID. You know how liking and subscribing works, so do that if you like. And that only leaves for me to say, stay safe and watch Marvel.